You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE SmackDown After Show.
Yeah. The overhand.
Yeah. I have a friend that's a drummer, big time, plays with all the big bands, and he used to always play up here, right? He said his shoulders are getting bad, and that's here, and now it's down here.
They lower everything.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, welcome to SmackDown After Show. We actually had a good show Friday night. I liked it, and we're going to talk about the news and gossip. And I think sometimes the gossip is better than the news.
Yeah,
I like to know what goes on in the locker room, before and after, and the divas and this and that.
You mean the showering and the changing?
The dropping of the soap, you name it.
Peter gazing.
Yes, exactly. It was a good show. And, I have to say something. This is funny because it has nothing to do with it. But Sheamus, for example, before I watched SmackDown, I was watching all the repeats of Shameless. They said, Sheamus, I know, Shameless. Have you seen that show?
No.
Oh, my God. Okay. I'm going to drop it right there then. It's porno on TV.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm watching tonight.
No, it's a very, very funny show. I was watching Swagger because they opened up with Swagger and Zeb, of course.
Right.
And, the more I see him, the more I like him.
Yeah, he's got like I think it's funny, but I think that the things that they're talking about, about a lot of people actually really buy into that. A lot of people actually probably feel that way. And I've got nothing against anybody, but our older brother's kind of like that. He worked construction, and he was always like, "Oh, my job is people are coming in and working for less." It's I think a lot of people actually really relate to that.
I think they do too, because there's a lot of truth in it.
Yeah,
we see it all the time. This is how this country is running right now. But I have the feeling that his promos are really from the heart.
Yeah. I think
this isn't make-believe stuff. Right. This guy actually feels this way. He's when he comes on and he talks, my feelings are he's better than anybody out there. I'm not crazy about him, but I like what he does.
Can you grow your mustache like his?
One side.
Okay.
It'd be lopsided. But as we said before, he used to be a wrestler.
Yeah, judgmental.
For many, many years.
Dirty judgmental.
And then he cut promos years ago on TV, after ringside interviews. So he's had a lot of experience in that field. But to bring him on, and he walks with a pretty bad limp, almost worse than me.
Yeah. He does, though, he fits that part. When he comes out, it's you kind of want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah.
And I could see how people can relate to the things he's saying. I don't know if some writer felt that way and just said, well, I'm just going to try this because this is how I felt. Maybe the writer ended up losing his job to somebody, that came here from another country and said, well, I'm going to, not his WWE job, maybe another one. But
I don't think that's written.
You think it just kind of ad-libbed it?
Look, he's got 5 or 10 minutes of dialogue. There's no way to memorize all that. There's no way. I just did a teleprompter for Actors E the other day, and it was about 4 minutes long. Of course, they were rolling as I was going, and I went through it nonstop, and I thought, I could never memorize that.
Yeah.
It's just too much, and he's not using a teleprompter.
No.
He's too far away from cameras to even think of that. But a lot of this maybe, he's an older guy, and he's seen life in the South, and he knows things that go on, and maybe he's a journalist or he's a historian of life in general, and he sees what goes on in the world,
Or just better, one of the two.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, or bitter, yeah. but he's good at it.
Yeah,
he
good.
makes you a believer. I mean, this guy was like, Jim Jones and the Kool-Aid thing, and that's exactly what it reminds me of. If someone's going to turn him in, and the FBI is going to come out and arrest him for, trying to sway the public like the Pied Piper and have followers into a tent and they all drink their Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Well, I think also they're using this too to get public attention from that, because they know that is a prominent thing, especially in the border states, and a lot of people start talking about it. They even like you said before, bad publicity is still publicity.
Yes.
So that'll get people to go, oh, I want to see what's the buzz is about on this show, because
I got to say something though about this, because I'm not the least bit prejudiced at all, and I see people from other countries come here and they take jobs and they work harder than the Americans.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll take jobs that the Americans won't take.
Yeah.
And my daughter has friends, 20, 21 years old, 22 guys, who won't take a job at McDonald's. It's beneath them, and some other guy will take that job from another country, and he'll make that job work, and he'll work his ass off.
Yeah, exactly.
So when people complain about that, people taking jobs, it's because the white people here in America don't want the jobs.
Right.
They're too good for it. So he is making a point about that.
Yeah,
and
a good point.
I think it's a good point. Maybe someone will wake up and say, you're right. I'm gonna get my kid go get a job today, brother. Because it's what it's about. But he's definitely good, and he gets the point across.
Yeah.
And the less that Swagger says, he just stands there looking imposing. It works, the two of them.
Yeah,
it fills in just when needed.
Just when needed.
We the people.
We the people.
The only thing is, like, they have they seem to find they find a way to say the same thing differently every week.
That's a good actor.
Yeah. So that's I mean, I don't know if that's like the direction they want them to go, because Alberto Del Rio, he's just on the mic, like it comes across very bland and generic and very forced.
Yeah.
Where like the bantering between them, it's like it doesn't work. Like if you have like The Rock and like a Chris Jericho bantering somebody, I mean, that works. But for some reason, when they banter, it doesn't. I think that's why they did the whole video thing this week.
Well, I think the reason why is when we banter here, we speak the same language and we know where it's coming. You speak to somebody from another country, they don't quite get the humor.
Yeah.
It's no fault of theirs. They don't know the English that well. So what comes across is like, how do I relate to that in my words? And it doesn't, there's certain, like Yiddish, for example, there's all kinds of terms in Yiddish that my dad used to say, and he says it doesn't translate the same in English.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing with them. It doesn't translate the same, so the two together can't make that happen. But Del Rio's good for what he does, and when they did the little skit.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. It went a little too long for my taste. Like,
maybe.
I thought like the funniest part about it was when it started, and you see him like up into the camera, because that's exactly how they do theirs. Yeah. So that was good, but they went on a little too long. Had it been 30 seconds to a minute shorter, it would have been much better.
But Del Rio, he had his arms full, and how Swagger does his lips.
Right.
It's like he's doing the whole thing. He got him down.
Yeah, he did.
It doesn't look like him, but he had the little things down pretty darn well.
Yeah, I thought
they gelled together. I mean, the way they they filled into it with each other, it worked really well. They fed off of each other.
I was sitting there by myself and I was chuckling. I thought, this is pretty darn good. This is something Saturday Night Live would do. Right?
Yeah.
And they'd have fun with it.
Yeah.
It has to be tight. I mean, it kind of got flat in spots.
Yeah, it did.
It's their first time out. These guys may not be used to doing comedy, so it's a whole different thing. You've got to keep that thing connected all the time. But for what it was good. Years ago, they used to do that, though. They had people come out like different people. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
I can't think of one right now.
Like Triple H.
Yes,
They had factions, and Triple H and X-Pac.
Yes,
like,
those are the guys.
D-Generation X came out like as the who was it? It was
the
Nation
it
of
was The Rock.
Domination.
Yeah, that's what I was going there. Yeah. So Triple H did The Rock.
Someone's paying attention today.
Yeah.
Is that a voice from the
did
past?
Mark
That
Henry.
was.
Yeah. So that was good.
Yeah,
we also had a sad note actually that started the show was William Moody, aka Paul Bearer, passed away. This week. So.
Every time I see one on the list, I always wonder who's next.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on that list right now.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of my friends my age that are going. I mean, a lot of them. It's really sad to see, but he didn't look too healthy anyway.
Not towards the end. Yeah.
No. Nobody looks too healthy towards the end.
He did get that big TMZ segment though. That actually there's a lot of stuff going on with that. Where a lot of people didn't like the way they portrayed him and made it like they're humoring his death. So.
Death is never funny.
No.
However, I saw a tombstone and I put it on Facebook. and it said across the letters, it said, "I told you I was sick, you bastard." That was pretty funny.
That guy must have had some sense of humor.
Yeah, exactly.
To do that.
Oh, and on a side note, Rick, we will be without Patricia today.
We will?
We will.
How do you know?
I just got a text saying that she was on her way back home.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Then we're going to have a sausage party.
Yeah.
Sword
right.
fight.
Okay.
Let's get these pants off.
Where's Marissa? Where's Marissa?
Okay. That's all right. We can handle this.
Yes.
We're three big men. We know what we're doing, right?
We do.
Okay, so let's get to the first match.
All right. Oh, well, before they
No.
actually showed the first match,
No.
they had the Twitter
No.
results from last week.
Oh, you saw those?
Yeah.
I got up and made cookies at that point.
Ziggler,
Did you bring some for us?
Yeah.
Ziggler won it. I believe it was 51% of the votes to face Alberto Del Rio tonight. Okay.
In
now
this
go on.
very ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. I'm done.
This is Sunday, though.
Friday night.
Oh, okay.
Which was actually filmed Tuesday night.
Yes, it was. And we don't get it Tuesday night. We
No.
don't watch it. We can't watch it Tuesday night.
No, well,
If we're there, we could.
No, I mean, if we wanted to do our review on Tuesday, we have no way of doing it.
Yeah.
no, because it's shown on Friday.
That was my point.
Well, we could fly there and then watch it. We could take notes, fly back, and then do the show.
Why don't you do a camera remote from us from there?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, so now we've got three-man band. It looks like three of the Ballards.
Yeah.
I'm just getting tired of those. I mean, like,
Yes.
they're like comedy enhancement, but
Without the comedy.
yeah.
There was a couple of good moves in there.
But the cutoff, though, they didn't
Wait,
film
he
it
doesn't even
properly.
know who the wrestling. You cut him off.
I'm sorry.
No, go.
Oh, the cutoff wasn't filmed properly. I don't know if you noticed that, but the camera was switching angles. It was like confusing. You didn't even know what was going on. He ducked one. He was supposed to duck the other one, and then, bam! All of a sudden, you see him like take the clothes on the outside.
Oh, I didn't even recognize that. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
You were making cookies.
I was like,
Well, by the way, they were wrestling Daniel Bryan and Kane. That he forgot to say that.
Yes.
He just went right into the cutoff.
I said
The finish.
Team Hell No.
No, you did, but then he just.
You know that every time I watch Daniel Bryan, though, he gets better and better. He's definitely good.
He's phenomenal.
And
He's
Kane
really good.
moves around, man. For a
Yeah.
big guy,
He still goes.
he still goes. They had there was something over the rope, back over that I wrote down here, and I don't remember the move at the time.
It was a finish, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I liked it.
yeah.
It was a bit confusing going into it because the tag and then the positioning was off a little bit.
Yeah.
But they made up for that.
One thing that had actually had good tag team psychology. It's something that we do a lot. Is there was a spot in the beginning where Kane goes for a backdrop on Heath Slater and he kicks him up. I mean, I'm sorry, not Keith Slater, but it was McIntyre. Kicks him up and then goes and tags his partner, and so his partner goes and he feeds into he fed into a shoulder tackle.
Yes.
That's like good. That's something that we do a lot, where you still keep the babyface alive.
Right.
Yes, but like being really a little too critical here.
Oh, that was in your throat.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, man.
A little too critical here is since Kane went for a backdrop, like I would have called him backdropping me instead of shoulder tackling me, because since he went for
What
a
if he
backdrop.
didn't want to take a backdrop from him?
Oh, he probably did not. Who would? Kane's with those lifts on and the shoes. He's like 6'9". I wouldn't want to take a backdrop from him.
I know. He walks like a duck.
Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, the three-man band thing, I'm over.
Yeah.
It's run its course.
They botched. There was a big botch there leading to the finish, where Kane forgot to reverse, and he ended up reversing like at the center of the ring.
Oh yeah, I saw
And then
that.
Heath Slater did a crossbody, and he caught him and flipped behind him. And then Heath Slater forgot what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to O'Connor roll him, or the Backlund roll, and then Daniel Bryan was going to make the blind tag. But he started hitting him in the back just repeatedly
Yes,
because he
that's
forgot. And then he went to whip him off the ropes, and then he just kind of followed him in.
Saw that.
And then the positioning was off. They were supposed to be positioned a different way. So then when he pushed Kane into Daniel Bryan had to come all the way around the other side so he could roll him up. It was like the positioning was way off. Yeah, it was very awkward. But then the actual finish, when he rolled him up and then right into the no lock, that was really nice.
I thought, like I said, parts of the match were really good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Just was a little botchy at the end.
Yeah.
A little rushed at times.
Nobody's perfect.
That's right. Po Buddy's perfect.
No, you're right. Are we done with that match?
Yeah, we're done.
Because the next match I liked was Sandow and Ryback.
Yeah. Oh, we skipped an interview. You must have been fast forwarding it.
I don't watch interviews.
It was.
I watch wrestling. That's what I'm supposed to talk about. The interviews they can watch.
It was Dolph Ziggler about his match tonight, and he was with AJ. Oh, AJ. But she's not looking as good as she normally does.
She made her hair dark.
Yeah. That I liked.
I like too.
But her outfits weren't. It wasn't
as
too
revealing.
flattering.
That's probably what he means.
I don't know. I kind of like outfits like that. I like jeans and a t-shirt on a woman.
Yeah.
I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
I like them on you too.
And then Biggie Langston, who looks gigantic, by the way. I mean,
the size of his legs.
Yeah, the wellness policy, I think, maybe does not pertain to him at this moment.
Or
yeah,
Ryback.
Exactly, or Ryback.
There's somebody paid on the staff that takes the test.
Well, they told me
them,
they're off everything except for 30 D-ball a day, 2 cc's of testosterone daily.
Okay, they're almost they're like 30% natural.
30% natural. Right?
One of them was eating a cheeseburger the other day.
But in his interview, he had said something to me that just didn't make any sense. As he was talking about tonight, which was Friday night, which was really Tuesday night.
Right.
Hopefully, I didn't confuse you out there.
But it's actually Sunday.
Yeah.
with a time 1 hour difference.
Yeah, exactly. But he was talking about his match with Del Rio that night, and he was saying that he's got them, like he pointed to AJ and Biggie Langston, and then he's like, and then I have this, and he points to the Money in the Bank, and I'm thinking, well, the Money in the Bank, well, he's got a title shot tonight. What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Like, I just think that he needed to come up with 3 things. Like they said, well, there's 3 things that you have tonight that you have the advantage. So he just threw that in there. But to me, it didn't really make any sense because he had the title shot already. What would the Money in the Bank have to do anything with tonight?
Doesn't.
No.
Doesn't he? He has to use that before WrestleMania, right?
No. I mean, he's had it for over a year.
It's been over a year.
That's like his gimmick now. So
I don't know if there's any money left in the bank.
It's like promissory notes.
I know people that we both know that wouldn't have any money left.
Is there a penalty for early withdrawal?
There could be.
A severe one.
Yeah. Exactly. Depends how much you deposit into her account.
Hey-o.
This is a small amount will do. The rest will go down somewhere else.
Well, it depends. If it's like the 4th or 5th deposit, then it's going to be a little bit less than that first one. So.
You're only good for 1 deposit a night. Right? Once a king, always a king. Once a night's enough. Sandow and Ryback, I like their match.
Yeah, really, really good punches by Sandow. I mean, his stuff looks really tight, really solid.
Tight, and he sells really, really well. And I think Ryback's getting pretty darn good.
Yeah. They were pushing him, like him and CM Punk and the guys that they're pushing him with elevated him and really did make him to where he can work with anybody now.
Yeah, raised the bar for him.
Yeah.
And he rose to it.
Yeah.
It's always good to get a rise out of somebody. And he's not on the juice. Can you imagine?
No, not at all.
I think he uses Joe Weider's protein powder.
Yeah, he chews creatine gum.
He uses a lot of wheat germ oil.
Tiger Mouth bars.
That's my point. How do these guys get away? They drug test some and others they don't, obviously.
Well, it's obviously they're like, okay, well, Biggie Langston and Ryback, you guys are going to be the 2 that, we skip on our tests.
Listen, let me tell you, viewers, something. I've been training in bodybuilding for I don't know how many years, 50 years. And I
thought it was like 3 or 4.
And I've gone on and I've gone off. And I've gone on, I'm up to 230, 240. I go off, now I'm 215. And I'd rather be lighter because at my age I want to stay slimmer. But we know from what we do in bodybuilding when someone is on and when someone is off. And it's very obvious that these guys are on something because of it. You can just tell in the muscle size and the way the density and the way it's pumped. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
And when they go off, you can tell when they're off. Everything is like shallow and just stringy and just kind of hangs there.
Maybe Randy Orton, maybe he's on that list too because he's looking really good compared to how he looked before.
Well, I've seen Chris Masters on and off. It's like night and day.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Night and day.
I've seen that.
So not that I care. I mean, for as far as I'm concerned, take all you want. I think it should be legal.
Yeah.
But it definitely makes a difference in the body. And Ryback is definitely on something. He looks awesome.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, he looks great.
I mean, if he could do that naturally, I would like to just follow him around and see
collect
what he
his sweat and then drink it first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
That's because you're gay.
Well, you're right about that.
At least one of the brothers is gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I liked the match. I thought it was a good match. They worked very, very hard. And everything was...
Sandow, he's still just enhancement talent.
Yes.
But I really think that he deserves a push. He's got everything. He's got mic skills.
Yep.
He gets heat.
Yep.
And he can work with anybody.
Yes,
Silence.
Yeah. And just like knows when. That was from Sandow, says that all the time. But it's like I really know why they're doing it, because it's like he can make these guys look good, but he's ready. He deserves to be elevated right now.
Yes, he's great. There's nothing wrong with him at all.
The good thing with that match too is Ryback's like one of the guys that they pushed to be this monster, but it really still kept him strong. It kept him believable because he fought and he fought and he fought. It wasn't like he just got jobbed out.
Yeah, the thing with him, and we've all been in the business a long time, it's very hard to get excited about a wrestler when we see one.
Yeah.
But when I know he's coming out, I watch it because I want to see what he's going to do. I'm excited to see him work, because I want to see how he's going to develop over the time, and he's just gotten better and better and better. He keeps it interesting. Whatever he does, he keeps it interesting.
Yeah, almost like the whole Goldberg thing is pretty much over now.
Yeah.
Because he's been like with the Shield, they got beat. Maybe Martin, you could help us. Has Ryback actually suffered an L yet?
Yeah, he's lost to CM Punk, hasn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well, with help with Brad Maddox, but okay, there we go. Good job, Martin. Good job, good effort.
Anyway, I thought the match was good.
Yeah.
And then we had a Big Show and Striker promo.
Yes.
Very quick to the point.
Yes.
And the good thing is, if you notice, like Big Show really did a great job showing fear on his face after the promo. He really had that look where you thought, wow, he looks like he's afraid.
Yeah. No, he's getting to be better at that.
Yeah.
Acting skills are really elevating.
All those movies he's doing.
I saw a few. He was actually good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
He's a likable character.
Yes, he is.
So are you, Rick.
Very likable man. I like him very much. Okay.
I think he brought all his shoes and glasses, too.
So he has them.
So he has them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. His name's Saul?
Saul
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg.
Oh, Rosenberg.
I'm very hurt by this.
All right, then we had Del Rio versus Ziggler, right?
Yes.
And AJ?
Yes.
Was
Now, one thing I thought about, like I don't know why, but the champ came out first. It's like why do they do that? The champ's always supposed to come out second.
Always supposed to come out the second, yeah. To switch things up, I guess.
And normally the heel always comes out first to get heel heat. So when the babyface comes out, he gets that big pop.
Exactly.
But I don't know what they did here or why, but they did that.
Well, you don't have wrestlers running the show. That's
True.
exactly why. But you think someone would tell him?
Yeah. Triple H maybe he should stop paying more attention to Raw and show up at SmackDown every once in a while.
That'd be a good idea. What did you think of the match?
I thought the match was excellent. They did steal a spot used by the Ballard brothers since 1999.
98.
Oh, yeah, it was 98.
We stole it from the Harlem Globetrotters.
We stole it from the Harlem Globetrotters. The water bucket spot. It was well done.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. Like we usually do when we do it, we have another bucket that's full of confetti. So when I
run into the crowd and I get like by the largest amount of people. I'm like ducking down
and I throw it and it's confetti and we like ha ha ha, and then they come from behind us and get us with water again. But yeah, it was a good spot.
Can we bring some confetti in next week and just throw it on each other?
If you like to.
Oh, okay. Hello.
But yeah, then AJ goes after him and Big E tries to calm her down, and then they get you out, you out. They got ejected. They've been ejected more times than anybody else, I think, in the history of pro wrestling.
And it doesn't seem to matter at all. No. They come right back.
Shouldn't they get fined for that eventually?
I know, but it was kind of fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a fun spot. The only thing is, like Del Rio had to sell the whole time, and there wasn't really anything big done to him to cause him to sell for that long amount of time. Like he should have taken some bigger move, or they should have doubled down somehow to where that. I mean, well, not a double down, but just taking a little more heat or a bigger move.
He did debut a new move, though, too. That was pretty sweet. Did you see when he did the reverse?
Yes. I had that written down on my notes, and when I typed them, I didn't put that down. That was a good move.
Would you like me to write it in for you?
No, now we can talk about it, because it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think that might have been something that Ziggler said, hey, I'll take this, because I don't think a lot of people will take that in the future. I could be wrong.
I don't think a lot of people, exactly. Unless it's one of the younger guys, I don't think a lot of people he'll be giving that to the Big Show anytime soon.
I've been wrong maybe once or twice, but I could be wrong again.
A point I did want to bring up that I did notice because I started paying attention to the crowd at this certain point. Once they went to the falses, the crowd's not buying the falses anymore. I was watching their faces and the people when they do a false, and nobody was jumping up, nobody put their hands up or did the, oh, I thought that was it. It's because they know now what the finishes are. They're trained, and I mean, they're not, fans aren't stupid, you know, they know.
No, they know.
Yeah, they know, and so now they're not even buying the false finishes anymore.
Well, but
they
a lot
know
of false
that.
finishes, who's ever going for the pin, when they get to 1-2, he raises up before the guy even raises his arm. I mean, he's getting off before the count.
Even on the good ones, though, I mean, the fans knew it wasn't over because they know unless there's a cross arm breaker or the zigzag that the match is not going to end. I really think they're going to have to change that up because otherwise fans aren't going to buy false finishes anymore.
I suggested last week on him using one of those falses as a real finish in a match. Like that kick he does is like kind of a super kick when the guy's on his knees.
Nobody popped.
Have somebody
nobody knew that.
Get pinned on that. Or the backbreaker that he does through the ropes. He what does Jericho call that? The lung exploder. Like have that be the pin sometimes, because then that makes it a legitimate finish.
Exactly.
But now it's
we
like we
did
know.
see a couple of matches in the past where they actually pulled one off like that, one or two, and especially with the old school stuff. That where'd that come from? Out of nowhere, and that's what the fans need to see.
Yeah, even a clothesline, make a clothesline finish.
Could be a finish.
A drop toe hold. Well, I'm pushing it there. I'm pushing it.
What was that?
It got all quiet all of a
I
sudden.
did.
Who said that? Martin?
I didn't say anything. The air conditioning went off, but
No, that's what it was.
I thought you said I'm pushing it.
I said that last night.
I wasn't sure who you were talking to. All I saw was a head going up and down back.
Another thing about that match that I didn't like. I thought the match was like the setup of it, the way they set it up and pieced everything together was phenomenal. It was like top notch, like 5-star.
It definitely was.
There were just little things in there like you don't believe the falses because they never use them as a finish.
Yeah.
But like the excitement was there. But one thing I didn't like was Alberto Del Rio did like a kick, like in his comeback he did a kick and then just collapsed. And I've always hated that, where it was like if you have the energy to get up and do all these things, it's like and I know they want to like use a notion of it took every last bit of energy he had to do this, but he's up and moving around. It's not like one kick is gonna like just make him collapse.
I see a lot of faults like that. But I don't say them anymore because you find too much fault with me. But I do see things like that, and it's I don't know where it's coming from because back in the days when we were wrestling, we sold everything in between things and everything. It's like I said about Dancing in the Stars, and Maria was on there and everybody else. They said it's what you do in between your steps that count.
Yeah.
You know, if it's wearing you down, then it wears you down. That's it. But they don't follow that rule all the time.
Yeah,
It's
and
too
that
bad.
was my only my personal only complaint. But I really liked the setup
good
of
match.
everything. All the matches were. I mean, the entire match was set up really well, and it was a very good match.
Del Rio with the cross arm breaker.
Yeah.
A sweet way to go into it too.
I love how he does that.
Tilt-a-whirl only,
I
landing on his
love how
feet.
he does
Yeah.
that. That's such a smooth move, man.
It is.
Very talented guy. I just like the guy, all in all.
Who, Del Rio? You're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you invite him over for your birthday party?
I'm going to invite him. Him and Mil Mascaras. They're related, right?
Yeah.
Because he looks like him.
Yeah.
Although nobody's ever seen him without a mask, but I have. He used to work out at World Gym with me.
He didn't have his mask on?
Nope.
Was there ever a time when he went to like cash a check and he had the wrong mask on and they said, hey, this isn't you? And
They said, see your ID, and he shows his driver's license and say, that's a red mask. You got a blue one on. It's not going to work.
That's not you. And they go back.
He mows the lawn with his mask.
Yes. He made all those films in Mexico, too, the flying cape and the little convertible car, stopping crime along the Mexican highway. It was actually funny. Are we done with that?
Yeah.
Okay, because I want to say something about iTunes.
Ooh.
I'm ready.
Do you know that there's such a thing as iTunes nowadays?
There is, yeah.
Where you can download stuff and listen to it?
Wow.
It's pretty darn cool.
Legally?
Legally.
Whoa.
And you don't even have to pay for it. And you can actually download us and listen to us in your car by way of your cell phone if you like. And we'll keep you busy on the road, besides other things that keep you busy on the road. And so if you go to iTunes and you rate and comment on us, we would definitely appreciate it. Whether it's a good comment or bad, doesn't matter. We take all kinds of comments at this time. It's like we sell that car for $19.95. Take it or leave it. And all you got to do is tell one of your friends or tell two of your friends and tell four of your friends and they'll tell five and so on and so on and so on, like that hair shampoo years ago and so on. And it only takes, this is the best thing of the whole deal because it only takes a minute.
Whoa. That's all a real
Even
man
if
needs.
you write it on a bathroom stall.
Yes.
That still works.
It works any way you want. Just say, go to
Absolutely.
iTunes
Yeah.
and look at the Ballards and Ric Drasin. We'll be here for you.
We will.
We're here 24/7.
But Rick, as well as both of us, and
Yes.
as well as everybody out there, that it's our good looks that sell the show. So
Yes, I have to work so hard at this to stay like myself, but it works pretty good. Now, I'll tell you what else. When they said it only takes a minute, it reminded me of something I saw driving down the street to a Cleaners, because it has a sign out there. It says, "Martinizing, only 1 hour."
Yeah.
Well, what is Martinizing?
I don't know.
Martin, what is that?
Wait, and I want to know something else. If they have that, why does it only take an hour?
Yeah.
Why would it take 2 hours to do Martinizing? Right, Martin?
Right, yeah, but it's because I last an hour, so that's why. So it takes an hour. So that's why they named it after me.
You know why? Because you keep losing interest in the middle of it. Oh my God, doorbell. Oh, dog. Oh, TV,
Shining bright light.
All right, now I have another question here. Okay?
Okay.
Is that a two-part question?
And this could be many questions. Donald Trump, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Well, he did do a lot in the early days. I mean, he's been involved for a while, but
Well,
still,
that's-
He had WrestleMania at his place twice.
So?
Yeah, that's not a lot.
It has nothing to do with it.
they need a celebrity. Like every year, they want to do some sort of celebrity.
Didn't they
to
put
get the
Pete
public
Rose in
interest.
there?
Yes.
He's not even the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's in WWE's Hall of Fame.
There's so many more deserving people that can
Well,
go in there.
it goes back to like the Cauliflower Alley Club, which started with Mike Mazurki and about 3 guys many, many years ago at the Spaghetti Factory in Hollywood. It was a group of wrestlers that got together and had a little party. Then the group grew, and then it grew a little bit bigger. Then they got more members, and I got more. Now they got thousands of members worldwide. What they did is they contained it. It's just like the Hall of Fame should be contained to the wrestlers, right? Mm-hmm. Then they let boxers in. Okay, they got athletes, so they got wrestlers and boxers. Then they let actors in. And then they let marks in. And they got everybody in.
Right.
And it's like not even a special thing anymore.
No.
mean,
I heard the landscaping crew that does Vince's house is going to get inducted next year.
they'll be in there. Yeah,
It's kinda like the NWO.
It's coming from the art department. Yeah, I know. I don't understand it, but maybe it's his hair. Maybe it's something to do with it.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right, so that was my question, but there's no answer.
No,
So it
no
doesn't
answer.
matter. So now we have Mark Henry and Yoshitatsu.
Yeah.
I think we're going to talk longer than that match took place,
Yeah.
Yeah,
including entrances and exits.
There's one thing that I am liking to see how this plays out, because what they're doing with Mark Henry and Ryback is exactly the way that all old school matches would come about.
Exactly.
Where you've got two guys that are just demolishing, like all the jobbers, even though
Right.
they're not jobbers, but they're just killing everybody.
He's a jobber.
Well, yeah, he's
I
a
haven't
jobber.
seen that guy. To tell you how much of a jobber he is, he had short hair last time I saw him on TV. So he had a ponytail this time. So
Him and the Brooklyn Brawler.
yeah.
But that, like, to see them, now
Yeah.
it's like it's.
I know your
it's
point.
Garnering like excitement where you want to see them clash. Who is going to win? Like, who is more dominant?
Clash of the
Let
Titans.
me explain this to your viewers who are younger and don't remember the old school stuff. How like Bruno Sammartino, for example, would go against superstar Billy Graham. They would work these guys on TV with jobbers, just no names. Like, here's Don Smith, here's Joe Brown, and they beat them up in 2 or 3 seconds. And a lot of you know this, of course. And so they never touch each other, but there would be all these jobbers building up to this big event where Bruno and Billy Graham would finally do Madison Square Garden. Then you want to see these guys really kick ass with each other because you never saw them even come
Exactly.
close. And this is what you're talking about with this. And this is how it works. And that's how you develop a good match and good heels and good baby faces.
Only like
good feud.
they're just staring at each other, like walking down the hall, staring at each other, and that is something that, like, you don't need theatrics.
No.
It's like hopefully this will prove that you don't need that. Like Mark Henry's not so much as marketable, I believe, as Ryback is. I mean, he is like they say the world's strongest man, but I mean, I'm sure some of that is exaggerated.
It is pretty funny
It is
though when he
today
gets on
because
the
I know a
mic.
lot of guys a lot stronger today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I want to see.
What's his bench
how
press,
this
by the
plays
way?
out.
I think it's at least 315.
Huh?
350.
50.
You're talking about pieces, right? 350 pieces.
No, I'm talking about the Jerky Boys. I'm talking about Mark Henry's bench press. What do you know what it is?
No.
I think
6. It's in the 6.
it's
Well,
6 or
he's not the
7.
world's strongest man because a friend of mine, Scott Mendelson, hi Scott, benches 1,100.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's
of
a
weight.
lot
Does he
of
have
weight.
a? Does he,
He
wear
can't even
a
have
suit?
spotters. It's too heavy for the
he holds a
spotters to
record.
spot him.
Does he wear like one of those suits that they have?
They
now?
all wear those nowadays. I have one at home in the closet with a mask. I wear it to bed, and I can really lift a lot in bed.
That's what it was last night.
Takes 2 hands to handle the water.
Is that right, Martin?
No comment.
Yeah. I see bubbles coming up back there. So the squash match had a meaning, obviously.
Yeah, that was all it was. It was already in the ring.
Yeah.
Yoshitatsu and done.
Okay, and then we had Shameless and Stryker. Shameless. Shameless and Stryker. I'm sorry.
Yes,
That was a short promo.
sure was.
Yeah. I don't think I even know what they said.
It was just he was talking about the big show.
I know. It's always the same thing.
Yeah.
And then we had the girls' match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Caitlin's looking a little better now. She looks like, it was
She's
either
stocky.
the outfit. or-
Yeah, I thought.
I thought she looked
She's been hitting the little Krispy Kreme donuts. So,
Yeah.
Now, for some odd reason, I have no idea why, but Layla is just hanging out
yeah.
ringside.
I know.
And then they tried to explain it as that, oh, well, when she started out, she would have liked someone to be there for, but
Had no purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
She's already the champ, right? Why would she need somebody there to hang
Right.
out? She obviously she knows how to win because she won the belt.
Right.
Yeah, she's a champ.
Ryan told me it's not a
Dying
belt,
over
it's
here.
a title. It is a belt.
Oh, yeah. So Layla's at ringside,
Yeah.
and boy, Caitlyn really she nearly decapitated herself.
What was the deal with that? I have the note about that.
Yeah, I think she just she was supposed to go through the ropes and just missed it.
Hold on or something.
She hit it right in the forehead.
Oh yeah, and let me tell you. Well, see, WWE uses real ropes. They're
Yeah.
not as bad as the cables.
Yeah, if that was Cable, she probably wouldn't have gotten up.
I used them too. Alex put the
Yeah,
nails on
Alex. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were trained in a ring with original ropes.
I like him better.
Yeah,
A little
the
softer on your skin.
cables.
Cable snap.
Yeah, I actually remember the Predator.
Yeah.
Big guy, he's like 6'8".
Yes.
He whipped me out the ropes. He was training with us one time, and he whipped me out the ropes for something. And he whipped me so hard, I missed the rope, and my head started bouncing up and down between the second and third rope. Looked like I got into a car accident. My eyes were black and blue, like my nose was broken just from hitting the ropes.
Oh, sure.
So
People don't realize that a lot of people call into me or write to me and want to know if the ropes hurt. A lot of younger kids, because they've never been in a ring. They can hurt really bad. You get
Yeah,
those strong cables, man. They're hard on the body.
Every time, it doesn't matter who you are. The first time you train, you go off the ropes a lot. You look like you laid on a grill.
Yes.
Because your back will have 3 layers of bruises
Yes.
on it. So.
Always.
And your hips will be sore where you hit and you'll wonder why it's sore. And when you touch it, it hurts and you have a little bruise there.
Exactly.
the ropes are
And then you
unforgiving.
put some Noxema
Yes, we
cream on
get
it.
the
and it feels
point.
better.
Jesus Christ. We already know this. So what happened to her? I mean, she kept going. And someone said, oh, she's going to have a bloody nose, but I never saw any blood.
Yeah, like broken nose. Yeah, no, she was.
I think she
was
got her
alright.
hand up in time. I don't think her face actually I think it looked worse than it really was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a little swelling later on, but I doubt it. No, probably nothing too noticeable.
He's talking a lot today.
He sure
Yeah.
is. He's
You want speed or
all
something?
Fired up.
You take some clenbuterol?
But when she tumbles outside to Tamina, who's not as imposing as when she first came in, she was a lot more imposing.
Yes, she was. Yeah.
I just didn't get that this time. I did look good when Layla came up there and she pushed her back, and then Layla kind of tripped and fell. She almost hit the guardrail there at the end.
Yeah.
That was actually good. That looked good. And then Layla goes to slide in, causing Caitlyn to wonder what happened, and then she got hit with the
Samoan drop.
Samoan drop.
Which she used to use as a setup for the splash, which she just
No, she didn't do the
covered
splash.
her.
No,
yeah,
she
she just
didn't.
covered her this time. So
Maybe she's done with that one.
yeah,
Maybe.
hurting her knees probably.
Yeah. But so the match was it was I don't.
It was a little, what do you call a schmoz?
Yeah, I think maybe what they're gonna push for is, I don't know if they're gonna do this in WrestleMania or not. If they do, they'll probably only give them 3 or 4 minutes.
And I liked the girls' matches before. I liked watching them. I thought they were good. I'm not saying in a diva sexual manner, but I liked their work
Yeah, you are.
because they were working better than some of the guys.
Yeah, I agree. Just this one didn't. This one
Just
didn't
didn't
click.
gel. Yeah, it didn't click at all.
It was meant for something, and I don't think it proved its point. I think that the whole heat that's going to happen between the Layla or
Maybe it's gonna be a
Caitlyn,
heel turn.
Yeah.
Layla's gonna turn heel.
so that's it's meant to set something up for that. But who knows where they'll
Yeah.
probably forget about next week. They'll
Yeah.
be something completely different that just
Or maybe
Yeah.
erased all that.
Yeah.
Tamina might get the title. because that way it would mean a lot more if Jimmy stung his daughter at the title.
I have a note here that Sandow and Rhodes were watching something.
Oh yeah. They're
watching the match.
Rhodes was watching the match, and then after the match, Jamie and Sandow comes out and he cuts a really good promo. He's like, there are no restaurants worthy of us within 100 miles of this place. It's a funny, and he makes me laugh when he talks. And then Rhodes asked him what he thought of Caitlyn. And he said,
I saw it.
I think she does the most with what she was given genetically. Yeah. It's just funny. And then he's like, come on, post haste. And it just like cracks me up. I mean, I would like to hang out with that guy if he actually really spoke like that.
I think he does. Yeah, Austin's friends with him.
Yeah.
And he loves him. He says he's a great guy.
I love to see him like getting gas at the gas station, how he would be to the attendant there,
Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's got good humor. Then we had Fandango.
No.
No?
No.
Don't like him?
Fandango.
I'm already over that.
Now, anybody, I mean, if you showed up for work and you're all ready, and then all of a sudden you walk through the door and you looked around, and you're like, I'm not coming in today. I don't like the way that,
You pronounce my name.
Yeah, I don't like the way everybody said hello to me. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
What would happen?
Booker T is watching this in the back, and he's like, next time, dog, he does that. It's like, next time? He's done it twice already. I mean, like, who's able to, like, skip out on work because somebody messed up on their name?
Martin, could you try that for us sometime? Let's see what happens.
Just tell Phil you mispronounced my name and I'm not coming in.
Yeah, just leave.
All right, I'll do it.
Go to 7-Eleven.
Or they spell my name with a K, Rick with a K. You know me all this time, you spell my name with a K?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
I better change that lower third.
You know what? Like the writers could actually, I think a funny skit they could do on this one. So if you see this, I'm going to take credit for it. Is they should have like a little vignette where they're having a class and it's all like the ring announcers and like a bunch of the other people, and he's there teaching like how to say the name properly, and they're trying to like they'll repeat it after he says it, and it's
that would be funny.
no. Yeah, that would be good. And then even when they get it right, I think what they're doing is even when they get it right, he's still telling them
not right.
they got it
not even close.
So it's like that like something like that would be really fun.
Yeah, he does it and they do it exactly the same way, and he goes, nah, that's not him.
Yeah. No.
That was funny.
Lovely.
Well, they show him walking away with his valet.
I don't know if it's a valet or if he's going to have somebody different each week.
Well, I don't know, but she was about 45 pounds overweight.
She danced okay for the type of dance they were doing.
I don't like that kind of body. No, not for me.
No.
Nope.
No.
A little too heavy.
No, I don't like that at all. Absolutely not. Let's whisper the rest of the
Yes. Anyway, well, I'm anxious to see how he works. When Sandow came out and he never got in the ring, it was the same sort of deal in the beginning. He wouldn't get in the ring. He wouldn't get in the ring. But when he got in the ring, he didn't do a whole lot. And then when he finally started to work, I could see this guy's really good.
Yeah.
Well, this guy might be good.
He was an indie wrestler. He did like an NXT. It's a Johnny Curtis, I believe. You could look up his stuff if anybody's curious.
Okay.
Why don't you look that up now, Martin?
What's he gonna do with it?
I don't know.
Yeah, what am I going to do with it?
Look it up and do what? Look it up in the Wikipedia.
But yeah, I mean,
Is that with a K?
hire this, but put this man in this chair right here.
Your name would be Nitram, Martin backwards.
But yeah, I think like at first I thought maybe he wasn't ready for TV, but now that I see that they're just trying to create heat. But the thing is, already nobody really cares, and that's the thing. Like, what's going to happen from here on out is how well he does his character, how much he puts into it, like how Honky Tonk Man put everything into the Honky Tonk Man, where he was able to make that a lifelong character. And he'll go into Walmart and try to pay, with one of his autographed pictures. So
I did that with my driver's license.
Did it work?
Swear to God. I had to go get a motorcycle license a few years back, and I went out to Saugus because I heard it was quicker in getting in and out. There was this big Asian guy working out there. He says, I've seen you on TV. You were on The Shield. You were on this. I said, yeah, I got to pass this motorcycle test. And it was hard. You got to go in circles and all this and that. I was having a hard time. He says, I'll tell you what, don't tell anybody. Send me an autograph picture and I'll pass you.
Nice.
And he did. And I sent him a picture and I was good to go. So it sometimes has its advantages. So... You're right, though. If they did something with Fandango and then pronouncing the name, that would be really, really funny.
That would be
and
funny.
I know what I was going to talk about. You said you don't know if he's ready or not, when we got into the business and you got into the business, whether you were ready or not, you worked.
Yeah.
You know, I did Channel 13, Channel 52, Channel 5, first time out, and I had a few matches, and they said, yeah, you're going to go. You're ready. And I don't know if I was ready. I have no clue if I was ready. I just did what I was told to do. And then it's like OJT, on-the-job training, in anything like in the Army or whatever. I learned by working in the ring with somebody every night. I had so much training up to that point, and that was only good for basics. And then when you got in the ring, you actually learn from the old-timers.
Yeah, it's good if you have someone that'll work with you.
Yeah, well, everybody worked with me. And Fritz von Goring, hi Fritz, he's living up in Northern California. He was a great heel. He's probably 75 now, and we stay in touch on email. He told me, I'd like to manage you. He said, I could make some money with you. And he threw me all over the place and told me how to fight back and get some fire going and this and that. Right in the middle of a match, he had me doing this stuff. And I learned a lot, you know, by listening like that. Today, they want you to be so groomed before you go out there. You have to have everything just exactly perfect. And then when you go out there and you know you have to be that way, that's when you screw up because you can't be absolutely perfect.
You're nervous.
Yeah. It's a wrestling match, not a space shuttle launch. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. So.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. So
Yeah,
that's how that works.
And being back there, I mean, I remember from whenever we were back there, it's always like walking on eggshells. Like, no, a lot of people are really, I don't know how it is right now, but, you know, years back, you know, like everybody was pretty miserable, except the guys on the top or the guys that knew, like the Randy Ortons or John Cena's. Those guys aren't, but
no.
All the guys like mid-card and down, all miserable.
Well, they're always waiting to be cut out of a job.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing I see a lot in the indies. I used to, in the dressing room, you know, there's new guys coming on, and they're wondering if they're going to have their match and if they're going to be able to get over and if they're going to get all their things in. And they're always fighting this pecking order like high school. Who's going to be the most popular guy in the indie show nowadays when they show up in the dressing room? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's always that fear inside the younger guys. Maybe they won't ever use me again if I don't do this right, if I don't do this. And it's like, who wants to live like that?
No.
You know?
As Nike would say, just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Do it the best you can. All right, let's go on to match number 6.
Which is the main event.
Which is the main event.
Yeah, we didn't count that last match because it wasn't a match.
No. Sheamus's chest was like pretty bruised up.
Yeah.
Already, before he even went in there.
Pretty bruised up.
Yeah. The match started a little awkward, but they have wrestled each other for so long. And remember, they feuded all of last year. So it took them like probably a minute to be like, oh, okay, yeah, here we go.
I got a little excited on the top rope thing that he didn't do it. Where he's going to pick him up with the shoulders.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
yeah.
He went to get him up and he like slid behind him.
Yes.
I don't know if that was supposed to be that way, if he couldn't hold him.
That's what I wondered.
You know, yeah.
It was probably like, if you can hold me, like walk out. If you can't, just stay there and I'll go behind you.
Exactly.
I think it was a if you can, yes. Go to A. If not, go to B.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Those, yeah.
But it was a good match.
Yeah.
They work well together.
Very well.
Do you see that? When he was headbutting him, Big Show's forehead got red.
My other point then on the headbutt, and I've said this before, anytime I hit my head against something, it hurts like hell.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're going to hit your head some other guy and you don't sell it, then what's the purpose of it? Because it's going to hurt both people. But his head was all bruised up red.
It was.
Must have hit him pretty hard.
Yeah.
He looked like he was in pain. He really did.
He looked a little annoyed,
A little
too.
annoyed. Exactly. How dare you hit me with that headbutt like that?
How dare you?
Little lighten up is probably what he said.
Here, lighten up or you'll have to take this.
Exactly. Funny because why do you keep looking at me like that?
Because I'm in awe.
He's
That's
gay.
why.
I look good today, don't I?
Yeah.
Don Wilson, you know Don the Dragon?
Yeah.
Hi, Don. There's a shout out to you. He had said when I was talking to him once we did a show a few weeks ago, or it was an event, if you're going to headbutt somebody, always go below the brow line. It's going to be the nose or the cheekbone or the mouth or the chin or somewhere. Then you can do some damage, but you don't go to the top of the head.
Yeah, that's the hardest part of the head.
Exactly.
Like when you get hit with the chair, you're supposed to, tuck your chin just a little bit so it hits you right at the front, not at the back, because that's where you'll get concussion.
Yeah, a contusion.
Contusion.
Yeah. Brain damage.
Yes.
So the match, it was a good match. He had a lot of action in it, and Big Show moves really well.
Yeah.
And then when he picked him up for that move, that's a lot of body weight to hold.
The white noise?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. That's a lot of body weight, even if you're just standing there.
And that's kind of a dangerous thing, too, because if he has him and he slips, he could drop him right on his head.
Yes, he could.
So, you know.
Well, he was holding on like this.
Yeah.
Big Show.
Dear life.
You've got to hold on there, you know. And it's easy to slip out of that, especially if you're sweaty.
Yes.
Exactly.
And we all know the Big Show sweats and spits.
Yes.
There's one part in the beginning of the match where Big Show took like a shot, and it looked like he had a mouthful of water that just went psh, like it looked like when Triple H comes out and spits the water, but it was spit. I had to rewind it. I was like, did that really just happen? I was like, it sure did.
I remember in the old days, I'd be watching or I'd be working these old matches years ago, and they'd hit some guy that would spit up in the air. And
Yeah.
you see this,
He does that.
It's like it changes like an
Yeah.
amoeba. It goes up and it's moving around, and it's rotating and it's moving around, and it goes out, and then all of a sudden you go down, everybody's watching, and it comes down on somebody's lap. Oh man.
We were doing we did this show for the Insane Clown Posse, and the fans are so brutal there. They were burning quarters with lighters and then sticking them on our back.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So what I would have the guy do is I had him put me in the corner, and I had him just keep taking me to corners. I'd be like, chop me. So he would chop me, and I would just spit as much as I could backwards into the crowd. I did that like all the way
Like a
around
shower.
like 3 times.
I've seen a lot of guys spitting on people out there just on purpose.
Yeah.
Lonnie Main, you remember Lonnie Main?
No.
He was years ago. He was Moondog Main. He worked with Piper and all those guys in Oregon. Came down to Bakersfield for a match, and he had a hairy chest. You could smoke then in the building. Took it and they flicked it at him, hit him in the chest, and his hair caught on fire. His whole chest, he's patting it out, and smoke's coming off of it. I swear. I've seen
would be phenomenal.
more stuff like that. I hate to get off top of you guys, but this is funny stuff. I mean, I saw a body slam in the ring, and this guy crapped his pants. I saw it right in my own eyes, right there. Oh my God.
It wasn't him?
No.
No, and this is long before you guys were born. So anyway, anything else to say on that match? I mean,
Show knocks out. The Shield comes out, right?
Yes, and the Shield
attacks him.
right?
Then it becomes a numbers game after that because it's 2-on-3.
Oh, I was also told that the Shield is not some rogue group.
I was told too. Who told you?
The same person that probably told you.
The same one. He made a point about it. He
Yes.
watches every detail of everything in the world. He said.
Okay, so we all know about
Then
that.
Show comes out and knocked out Sheamus and then takes the RKO from Randy Orton.
Right.
Well,
So-
first he's getting ahead of himself.
Yeah.
He does that a lot.
Fired up.
The Shield comes out, and then
I said that.
they have like
said that.
the numbers game.
He
I said that too.
Okay, well then the Big Show evens the odds.
He said that.
Yeah.
No, did he?
Yeah.
And not so many words, yeah.
So then you
thought
think, I mean, like they're kind of teasing, the Big Show, because there's not much they could do with the Big Show anymore as a heel. So you could see them pushing him towards being a babyface. I mean, I could see the 3 of them versus the Shield at WrestleMania. That's I think what they're shooting for. Unless
That was
it's-
actually pretty good though.
yeah, it was well done.
Well done.
And then because you thought, oh, Big Show, because he charged in the ring and he was all fired up. And then all of a sudden, then he punches Sheamus. It's like,
And kind of from out of nowhere, too. He just kind of like side punched him. So.
yeah.
With Sheamus?
Yeah.
You know why?
What's that?
The headbutts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that one was real. It's like,
That's right. The headbutts. There's your payback.
And then Randy Orton
Receipt.
got, what did he get on the?
Oh, he got his comeuppance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
And that's pretty much how the show ends.
I thought it was pretty good. I liked it. That was a good finish on everything, and the Shield sold it well.
Yeah.
They did a really good job with it.
Yeah, they show fear towards the Big Show, and that's why this whole thing is working, because they're afraid of him. But when it's the other two or like 3 of them or whatever, they're okay. They'll still run an attack. But when the Big Show comes in, they retreat.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it works. It's good. And how would you rate the whole show? Stop that.
With the cough.
Yeah.
I would give it, this week I think I'll go for a 7. I'll give it a 7.
Go ahead.
Good matches, but
Yeah, I'd say
little
like
bit-
about 6.5 this week. The matches were good. They did have good matches, but then they had a lot of stuff in between, that just maybe a little too much in between. That they could have actually cut a lot of that out and put in another good match somewhere. I would have jumped up my rating.
Yeah. I'll give it a 6. It was good. Maybe I'll go 7. No, I'll go 7. I liked
7?
it. Yeah. I
we make
enjoyed
a
it.
good team. We're team 7.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was better than some.
Yeah.
Does this mean we're done? Oh my God.
So, 53 minutes and 18
Yes.
seconds.
All right. Listen, Martin. I just want to give you a compliment. Okay, Martin.
I'll fade the music then.
No, we need backup music. Give me something
Okay.
dramatic and something sexy.
Something dramatic
Yeah.
and sexy.
See if he has something. Let's see what he does.
Let's see. Okay.
Do.
Oh, I don't know. This is very
Terminator
dramatic.
music?
Yeah. I just want to say, we're out here doing our stuff, and we can't do our stuff without Martin as an engineer.
Martin is.
And Martin's one of our favorite.
thank you.
He's one of our favorite people. We rag on him a lot and give him a hard time only because we like him.
Yes.
He's such a great guy.
He is.
He does a great job back there. We really do appreciate you, Martin.
Well, thank you. I have fun doing the show.
Yes, we have fun having you do the show. And now go back and do what you were doing with yourself. Anyway, in closing, where can we find you?
Probably at the AMC, at a local AMC theater, watching the new Serial Buddies movie.
Oh, that's right.
So,
The Adventures of.
The Adventures of Serial Buddies.
And it's at AMC.
Yeah.
And
Select
that's
Select
That's
AMCs.
Maria and Kevin's new movie. That's good. I saw the trailer. It was very funny.
Yeah.
It was very funny. I think I have to go see this and have some popcorn and sit down and enjoy myself.
Yes.
And you?
We will be at in Southgate for the return of AWS Wrestling, which I don't know how long we'll be back, but and then
Defending our titles.
Yes, that's right. We still have the champs there, and then the next week we will be up in Northern California, tentatively for Icebox.
You guys still drive around the same car together, all the way up and back, and all that?
Yes.
Yeah, I always request 2 cars so I don't have to drive with him, but. We turn the radio up really loud.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I wanted to give Shane a shout out, who's at home.
Oh, stop it already with these women.
Well, it's like
maybe we'll
you're
meet the
allowed
Fig
a
later,
shout out to
so.
like one person, like each show,
she's
not
one
the same
person.
one. Once you do the
wrong with
shout out, it's like, yeah.
Okay, good. We got to close this. Jeez, you guys will go on forever about nothing. All right, I'm going to tell you to watch me on actorsentertainment.com. I've been doing a lot of interviews. There's some good stuff going on that website, by the way. And, of course, you can catch me here and at ricdrasin.com and at Rick's Corner. Now, for a lot of you guys that watch this and are in the gyms working out and trying to build your bodies like we did back in the day with Arnold and I, go to rickscorner.com because I give a lot of secrets on bodybuilding and nutrition and what works and what doesn't. And you can have a body in a short period of time if you listen to what I tell you. That's rickscorner.com. And shout out to Anabolics Outlaws for sponsoring me as well. Gold's Gym and the World Gym t-shirts are available on bodybuilding.com. Those are the original shirts I designed in the 70s with my signature. They're collector's item. Bodybuilding.com, the Gold's Gym and World Gym logos. And thank you so much for watching SmackDown.
Thank you.
We'll be here next week.
St. Patrick's Day. We're going to be wearing green.
So hopefully they won't shoot us on green screen with green shirts or we'll be invisible.
Yeah. If you're not wearing green, I'm going to pinch you.
You want to pinch me anyway, don't
Yes.
you? Oh, you do. I know you do.
We'll say we're colorblind, so we'll just pinch you anyway.
I think you're just blind. Thank you, you guys, and stay tuned next week.
Good night now.
Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.